Welcome to the Player Supreme Show. I am your host, Player Supreme. Today I want to talk about a subject called crazy women. Hell hath no fury that a woman scorned. I shortened it up a little bit, but scorned women. Now, I'm going to show you an image of a happy couple, or so it would seem. Now, that's a very happy-looking family there. There's actually a baby. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a baby that's not yet in the picture. This is a biracial family in the kids between a black man and a white woman. Let me show you another picture. Don't they look happy? They're all having fun with their goggles on, swimming. Here's a picture of the kids. Pretty kids, right? Nice family. Well, this heifer here, this evil ass bitch, found out her husband was cheating on her. She killed him, set the house on fire to kill the kids, took the baby, and drove herself and the baby into a lake. Somebody saw her drive into the lake and was able to save the baby because the baby was floating. The kids, thank God, the kids got out of the house before it killed them too. So she tried to kill the entire biracial family that she created out of her own womb. Now, I know that a lot of white women, when they have a baby with a black man, they suffer. So white people torture them. They torture them with just even the looks they give them. If she tries to go back and date a white man and he finds out she has biracial kids, she will get treated like shit. I know this for a fact through ex-females of mine. They can't date white men anymore. White men have this thing about black men, this perpetual hatred towards black males when they think of black males and white females. Now, there was a girl in Texas that made up this elaborate ruse. She cut herself a bit. She walked into a church just in her underwear and said she was raped overnight by, she was kidnapped by 3 black men and raped by 2 of them. And the police down there in Texas was searching. Then they finally broke it down to realize she made the shit up. For what reason? I don't know. But she set up a patron, probably for the patron money. Set up a patron account. I think that's what it's called, or something like that. And people, were giving her money. So I guess it was for money she did that. The black males in that area, their lives were threatened by her stupidity. Or by her greed. This woman here, I have no answer for her evil. I have no answer for it. Why she would want to kill her kids? As I was saying, if she tried to kill herself, and she did kill herself. So I don't see the benefit there. It just said she was hurt by the husband, and she flipped out, and thought of all the time she suffered. And she suffered when she went to the grocery store. White men would look at her, feel sorry for her. You guys who are biracial, you know what your mom went through, or maybe you don't. You've seen the looks white people give your mother. You've heard the comments. See their lips moving as they look and they talk. You know what it's like, but you don't know what your mother went through. The hell her own people has put on her. If she took you to a white church, you probably seen the looks, the coldness. She can't assimilate into the white community, and she cannot assimilate into the black community. She's left out there alone. unless she meets other women who have kids like her. And I've seen that over and over again. They bond, but they have no friends in their own community. And these are some beautiful children. Why take their little lives? Because she flipped out. All that she's been through, plus him cheating on her, it just made her crack totally. There's a phrase called white fragility. Black folks, we talk about how, fragile you white folks are. If you think back to the 20s, when you guys don't probably get this history books, but white men were jumping out of buildings when the stock market crashed. And they lost all their money. So I guess her fragility caused her to totally crack up and just go ape shit crazy to kill your entire beautiful family. I'm trying to get my mind around that and think, who would do that? Attack the husband, yeah, try to beat the shit out of him. That's what girls normally do. They start go crazy and they start hitting on you, wailing on you. And some will even, kill the husband when they find out, catch him. The brother should have his game tighter if he's going to do all that kind of shit. I'm not a fan of guys in a marriage that cheat because I grew up in that situation. So I'm not a fan of that. I don't want to see married guys do that. Get the shit out of your system and then get married. So not something that I promote. And I feel sorry for this family. They have no mother and father anymore. Their so-called happy family is gone. Now think about what these kids are thinking in their heads. Think about it. Think about what this little guy here is thinking. Or this little guy here. Think about it. What they will remember for the rest of their lives. I mean, the rest of their lives. Think about in the future when they meet girls and they ask, well, where's your parents? Hopefully, the black side of the family will adopt them in. I mean, there's so many of them. I can't see necessarily the Caucasian side adopting kids unless they're one of the good ones that doesn't have super strong racial stuff. I feel sorry for them. Deeply sorry. It's unfortunate because the brother's game was weak and he did this in a marriage that he's the source of the root of the problem. I can't put all the blame on her. Well, I put the blame on what she did, but what made her crack up, I have to put it on the brother. What do you guys think? Dupree says, damn, I hope they got money, all of them kids. Remo asks, she killed all the kids? No. She tried to drown the baby, and she was hoping the fire would burn up her kids. Lots of kids, and looks like beautiful family, Jamie says. Jamie also asks, she killed everyone? Holy shit, no, she didn't kill everyone, fellas. That's not what I said. The kids, I said earlier, the kids got out. I should have talked more about that. The kids got out and they ran to a Walmart for help. And someone rescued the baby after she ran her shit into the lake and allowed herself to drown. So that's some strong crazy right there. That you allow yourself to drown. The human body wants to live. Sorry about that, my door is open. Jay, can't really deal with stories like this. Don't really know why, but I avoid it. You avoid sadness and death, and I don't blame you. Why not just kill yourself instead shaking my head? Well, she flipped out in the moment. Think about what she went through. That's the point of this show. Think about what she went through. Jay, I'm sorry it's too deep for you. You may not want to watch this video. all the shit that she had to put up with. Remo, back in the day, a white woman drowned her whole family and then blamed it on a black man. Was that the one where she said she had 2 kids and a black man? Yeah, that's the one. Took her car, and truth be known, she actually drove it into the lake, and the kids drowned. There was a crazy black woman down in Texas that put her kids in the oven. I guess she was on some drugs and flipped out and put the kids in the oven. They got, somehow they got out. They lived, but they got burns. So I guess she didn't love them kids from the beginning. I have no idea. I just look at, what the pain that she's probably gone through in her life. Maybe she had love for them in the beginning. I don't know. They look like a happy family in their family photo, but that's just a photo. Sad, but very sad, but unfortunate, and unfortunate, in other words. Vet your women is my point. If she shows any sign of like, if she ever flips out on you, don't date that woman. Because that woman, if you push her with a powerful stimulus, she will flip out. She'll be the one standing over you in the dark with a butcher knife in her hands. Always make sure you're not dating a crazy woman. Check them during their period time. If they tend to, get really moody and start flipping out on you, then obviously hormones are dominant in her, and she can't control them. So you push her with a powerful stimulus. Imagine you date a girl like that, and she had fallen deeply in love with you. And in women, they have a certain hormone that causes them to bond to you. Imagine her learning that you were cheating on her, and think about what she would do. She's already flipped out on you. Let's say she flipped out so much she attacked you, either during a period or something like that, or got really, really, really snippy and yelled and cussed at you. Don't date women like that. Derek says, well, there's a hot, crazy matrix out there, but how do you know how crazy is too crazy? Don't tolerate any crazy. 0. Period. I've been there with crazy females. My door kicked in. I pushed another female's buttons by my activities, and my window kicked in. And her young ass coming through the window. Jay, I'm a vivid thinker. I start thinking details like specific cuts and stabbings, the bubbles of a baby trying to breathe as the mother tries to drown it, the horror and all the yeah, I know what you mean, Jay. Anyways, you might not want to stay on the show. It's the writer in me. Gotcha. Then you should actually see more of those stories so you can write from your emotions, you think? If you're a writer, then you need to experience stuff, get a full experience of the stuff you're writing about. I didn't mean live experience. Dupree, why the fuck she drive in a lake? Shaking my head. Fucking crazy. Yep. But you have to look at the sorrow, the shock that everything that she had built with this man, she believed was a lie. The hurt. Dupree, don't take it out on the kids. I agree. I'm a product of that. I looked the most like my dad, as I've said before, and my mom, the whole time she was with him until he died, she knew he was cheating. One time, one of them bitches came to the house, and I got her number and called that bitch up, said, "Don't ever come back to my mother's house." And my dad, found out I said that to her. Do you remember me calling that bitch up, Jovina?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That old hag.
Yeah, my dad and old... Well, we don't really know what she looks like, but apparently she was a lot younger than my dad, but...
I don't know.
And then he told me there was a white woman he had 2 kids with in this town. I can imagine how washed out they are.
You did tell me about that, but you never really found out
I didn't want to find
out about it.
I didn't want to know.
No, I mean details.
He wanted me to, if he died, he wanted me to look after someone named Anthony or something like that. Nah. I hate to be that way, but, they're brothers. But I have no connection to his biological offspring. I'm not even close to his other son that lives in Detroit. I'd never call him. He calls me, but I never call him. Yeah, I talked to him a couple of times, but that's about it. Hopefully he'll be at the reunion I'm going to in Georgia this August. So if anybody's in Georgia, let me know. I'll be in Cairo. Then I'm going to go across the middle of the state to the little town of Coquette to see my dad's birthplace. I'll probably do that on my way out of there. I'm going to stay a couple of days for the reunion and then bugger out. What kind of flipping we talking about here, Preem? Aren't all women crazy? I've never had a crazy moment from Jovina. There are some sane women out there. And I've met crazy, ones that... The most off one was the bodybuilder chick named Susan. I don't think I have a photo of her. Oh, I do. Hold on. She even, if you looked into her eyes, you could see the insanity just bubbling under the surface with her. Let's see. This one. She was insane enough to drive her body. The reason why she did this was to be better than every girl out there. I couldn't stand it when her body got like this. It was too much hardness. I don't know if you guys can truly see her. This is another chick I was with, and we'll zoom in. Okay. You see the muscular definition she achieved? This is why she was beating steroid chicks. And she has, her hair was all the way down to here, but she had to put it up for the contest. So yeah. Jovina. That's Jovina. People always wonder what she looks like. This is on a cruise ship we were on. This white chick back here, it was so flat and skinny. I remember her. Look at how her chest is all sunk in. Ah, here it is. Her face got so scrawny. It was just hideous. Her boobs evaporated. That's all hard muscle tissue under there. Great for natural bodybuilding, but not good to date. Looked like a fucking dude. She was pretty. Remo says muscle butt. Yep. Disorderly hobo. You don't tell me what to talk about, okay? Don't ever do that again. That really pisses me off when someone comes to my show and I just want to tell you about ass. That will get you banned real quick. And once you're banned, you got to create a new screen name, okay? So don't ever do that to me again, ever. Dupree, your father was all over the place. Yeah. My dad didn't even like white women. I was surprised that he went that route. He liked women that were dark-skinned and skinny. 25 Jai says, I live in Detroit. Ah, okay. Jovina. His last name is Arnett. I can't remember his first name for some reason right now. What was my half-brother's name in Detroit? It was a funny name.
Lavelle?
Lavelle. His name is Lavelle Arnett. My dad was married. He came from the war, and his wife had a baby. So I guess she couldn't wait till him to get back. That's probably what turned him into a player. I believe he was in Paris, but he was busy in Paris, actually. He left a son behind in Paris named Jean-Michel. Jay says, Jovina kind of looks like my sister. Ah. Really? I would say if we could get into some game, but crazy bitches is part of the game, fellas. Haha. Take notes. It's all not roses. Again, nobody ever tells me what to do with my show. Nobody tries to manipulate or suggest. Subject is crazy bitches. Because you're going to have to deal with that. As Jay is suggesting here. You'll always have to deal with some crazy females. Imagine a black chick cussing you the fuck out. How are you going to handle yourself? You never want to put your hands on a woman, okay? You got to use this, and you got to be the one that stays cool. When you stay cool, like I used to do, you can sit there and smirk at them, tease them. I tease and incite them even more. Then I would start talking words to them to push them off. For some reason, I got enjoyment out of that. That was a sick part of my ego at one time. Then I liked the challenge. Is what it was. Like a challenge of taking them to the limit and then bringing them back down. While they're sniveling, suck my dick. But that was another part of my life. Remo, Supreme, my brother is about to be in a long-time relationship. His girl is moving to Florida in May. You got any advice? You mean a long-distance relationship? And I'd say to him to break up. Those things don't work. You know, he's going to be spending every spare moment or penny saving up to travel down to see her. Either he moves with her or they should break up. He's kind of square, though, not into the game. Doesn't like going out. Shit. Well, I want you to watch a movie. See if you can find it. Hold on, let me show you the movie. The Other Brother.
His timing is bad. It was nice meeting you too. Yeah. I don't need my mother hooking me up with women. Okay? Okay. His moves are worse. Hi. I was admiring you from over there, and for your son.
Flying so.
Thanks.
But his luck is about to change.
Hey, baby. I'll show you everything you need to know to pull any girl you want. Any girl you want. One desperate brother. Oh my God. What'd I tell you? Is about to discover if you don't learn the rules, you don't play the game.
I guess for us to do this right, I'm gonna have to take my dress off.
I guess. What do I know about being a player? That's your catch of the day. Come on now. Nah. Listen, again, you play by the same old rules, man.
This line of BS is a mile long. You got women running in and out of here? What are you doing? Did I startle you?
Oh shit. All right. I get confused. Okay. Yeah, that was a really good movie. Jay says, do you never argue or yell? Don't yell. Okay. I have yelled before, so I learned the hard way. Don't ever yell. I'm usually, quiet and controlled until I snap. And when I snap, it's not good. The muscle girl, one time I grabbed her by the neck and I held her up against the wall. I was so angry. And I could have went, just choked the fucking life out of her. And that was the last time I ever got that angry at a girl. I realized, if I did something, I'd be in jail. So I'm the type of person, I make sure that I don't ever snap. I snapped one time when my son Derek, their nana just passed, my ex-wife's wife. And he's my stepson. We didn't have a good relationship for a while there. He snapped and swung at me because he was yelling at his mother. So I snapped, and the end result was her brother stepped in. I hit him and knocked him down. I pushed her down to get at him. They somehow rushed him to the bathroom. I took the door off the hinges. And then when her aunt stepped in my way is when I came out of it. So I'm not one of those people because anger inside me, stuff builds up to a point where I explode. And I'm not the kind of person that can relieve pressure along the way. Which is what I had to learn to do. Don't let shit build up. Remo, I want to help him since his heart ain't built to take a loss like me. Jay laughed my ass off. I kind of did something similar to the trailer of my life. Well, if you guys get a chance to see that movie, definitely check it out. It's called The Other Brother. I'm going to see if I can find it somewhere on file sharing and download it. And then put up in the forum so everybody comes to the forum can watch it. Now, you know how Hollywood does players and Max, right? They trash us in the end. They make us look bad. Towards the end of this movie, they of course destroy the Mac. He's a Mac. He gets paid by women. His cars, nice cars, they're all paid by different women. And he gives his brother advice on getting women. And eventually they make him, he's a nice guy. And Hollywood loves to make, males nice guys. That whole Hollywood thing, and run across the field, jump in each other's arms, slow motion type of shit. So they kind of dog the player brother out. Or actually the Mac brother out. Jay. What did you do similar to that trailer? And Remo, you might want to find that nobody rents movies anymore, do they? If you do, you could probably rent it for a night. Damn, you're in fucking New York, man. Do they have red boxes in New York? Maybe you can find on Amazon and buy it for them. Shit. The Other Brother, Part 2. They're not even black. Ain't that a bitch? They got a Part 1. Fuck. No offense to Caucasian people. You gotta stop taking our shit, man. I mean, they got a whole series of it. I can't even find the original one. Man, fuck. Ain't this a bitch? I can't tell if their movies are... I don't know. Let's see if I type video. Looks like they're not carrying it. Well, good luck on finding it. I've had it a couple of years ago. I had downloaded it. Somewhere around 2009 or something like that. I should have saved it. And saved it for the forum. So all the new members come in, we'll be able to watch that video. Remo says, yeah, Redbox or Amazon. Jay, laugh my ass off. They do. Always settle down and shit. Remo, I already know that long distance shit don't work. My other square friend is in one with a female too. It doesn't make sense to me either. They're so addicted to the girl, so attached to the girl, they can't let her go. Now she be down there fucking all kind of dudes. And your poor brother will get chumped out. Adam, just out of curiosity, what time is it in California? It's Eastern Europe, 7 p.m. It's 10:48 in the morning. Thank you for translating that to regular time that I can understand also. Let's see, over there I think you guys use what we call, because I grew up in the military time, like 1,200 hours, 2,400 hours, 1,000 hours, something like that. And I have no idea of the metric system. We didn't learn that here in the States. It's Saturday morning. You guys are up. You should be at the gym. At least doing some cardio. Jay, I was working at a hotel and there was this super hot European chick. I worked at the counter. She was a freak, possibly tricking. You could tell. Coworkers showed me how, yeah. One of my coworkers got a... Remo says, I tried to tell them to let them go. The girl my brother's with was his first for everything too, so I don't know how this is going to work. Your brother's going to be very heartbroken. I'm still amazed there's fucking two of you. I understand twins. I'm watching the Twins TV channel. They do all that prank stuff. I didn't realize those two guys were twins. Because I guess one has been on the juice and his jawbone has gotten bigger and he's gotten more buffed out than his twin brother. But A lot of twins want to separate themselves to look a little bit different. My mom's two sisters, the fat one that took care of me when she took off to San Diego from Seattle with my older brother. She left me with, her sisters and my dad. Actually, she left me with my dad. She threw me in his face, and my dad got her two younger sisters to take care of me. And the one that took care of me was the fat one. There were two twins. One was voluptuous. The other was, like a bowling ball. And she said she had a thyroid problem. But she's the one I was actually the closest to because of that. The other one is too busy trying to, get dudes. Adam, a serious question. In what order would you recommend your products for a virgin and beginner? Basically, can you name them? You're a virgin and you're a beginner. You're also a grown-ass man, so you got some issues going on. Let me know if you have confidence issues. The main thing I recommend for a lot of guys is, first, you want my confidence program. Secondly, you want to start learning the game as well, and that would be my 7 steps program. Then after you learn those, you want to learn how to fuck. That means get a woman off. And you go to the how to make a woman come product. Just those 3 is what you'll probably need. Jay, little play. So one time she was coming in, and I did something similar to the admiring from over there line. Shaking my head. It was too embarrassing. This janitor guy I worked with was there, laughing my ass off. And Remo says, I know that's why I've been trying to put some game in his life so he doesn't get heartbroken, but he never trying to listen. Are you you must be the older twin then. There's always one that's older and he's a little bit bigger. A little bit taller. Michael Nolan says, sexual confidence is the key here for women to feel you. If you're nervous, they can't feel it. No pussy. Simple. A lot of people, because I made that program so long, my confidence program, you could stop whenever you feel confident. You get a little exercise that you do every day to get you to start thinking about stuff. In that program is also my fear program to conquer your fears. That's one of your number one problems. Is you're afraid to walk over to a chick. You're afraid to open your mouth to her when you're an old virgin. You got female issues. So that program will do it all. Get over your fear and build your confidence up. With that, being a confident male, you'll have what it takes to walk over and open your mouth. Remo, I'm older, but he's bigger. What happened to you? Normally it's the other way around. I always wanted to ask you, Remo, how does it feel having a twin brother? I understand twins are connected here also. You could feel your other brother's emotion. Let me give you a case story. 2 twins were separated. And they met when they were like in their 40s. And they looked back at their lives. Both of them had joined the police department. Damn. Their lives paralleled each other. They both were doing the same thing. They married the same woman with the same name. It was a whole bunch of series of events that was identical to the other brother. And they hadn't even known the other was alive. Are you and your brother that well connected? Because if you are, you're going to feel his pain. So it might be better for your own self-interest also to make sure he stays happy. Don't let him get, really bad off. Michael says you don't want to be thirsty, though, if you're confident. That can happen with a lot of guys. They will act thirsty with their confidence. Derek, I still have your confidence kicker from 2014 after I graduated. It's good. Let's see. Yeah, that's the same one that I'm still selling. The one that's about 80-something days long. Because I haven't changed it for a long time. Originally, it was just 40 days. Kind of doubled it. Because I want to make sure that you totally wipe out. And I didn't give the entire program, if I did for the entire program, it would have been 365 days. For the material that I was using. Michael Nolan, thirsty things. Sometimes calming down. Michael Nolan's from Ireland, if you're new here, and his spelling is really bad. If they get eye contact, just get to know them, and use my sexual confidence. That's it. When you're too sexual, you come off thirsty. So Michael Nolan uses sexual confidence because he wants to fuck them in the ass. That's all he's trying to do. And somehow he attracts a couple of females to him. Fantastic. Remo, yeah, there is a small physical connection, which is why I'm asking, because I can feel when he's really upset sometimes. Metaphysical connection, you mean? I've heard that about twins. They do, when they first started studying this thing called ESP, extrasensory perception, it was what it was called back in the 60s, they used twins. They'd hold a deck of cards with these different symbols on it, and one twin would focus on it, have the other twin try to pick up what his brother was seeing or his sister was seeing. And they had the probability connected to the whole thing, and they always came out high, really strong. Like this, it's over the charts. And probably this is totally impossible because this could happen. Jay, hey Supreme, do you sell your books in copies, or is it ebook? Ebooks. There, Jay. I'm surprised you haven't bought one. Remo, and I know he can handle certain things like I can. Adam, one more is masturbation acceptable? No, it's not. So as not to be needy in a club, let's say, or it's unacceptable. Okay, what happens with you guys who are having trouble? You're self-satisfying yourself. So your desire to get up and step over is weak. Your man energy is weak because you fill it out, into a napkin or whatever you guys do. Michael, no, I've given up anal quest. Oh, well, anal loneliness. Good. If you just get a fucking female on your team, I don't know why you don't have a woman by your side, Michael. I wondered about that. I was always thinking the sex must be so bad with you that women don't come back for seconds. But whatever the reason, you got to fix it so women want to stick around. I thought maybe it's his personality. I've wondered about that because you get pussy every now and then. You look up on some ass, and the ass doesn't stay with you. When you're the kind of man a woman wants to be with, they stick around. Adam, is unacceptable before going out. You need some of that drive. Okay, so I wouldn't do it before going out. Now, if you have a female coming over and you're afraid you might bust too soon, then you might want to whack off to release some of the pressure, so you don't come like I've gotten emails from guys that said they'll only last like 10 seconds. One dude, he couldn't even make it inside because of what the girl was doing to me. He busted. I've never seen lack of control like that. I was meaning to share elements of my book, How to Make a Woman Come.
stimulation on a higher level of being in the game besides the player field. I was looking for information on the pimp game. I found what I was looking for and ended up still sticking around for a while on several internet forums. And in arguing with the people on these internet forums, with this new group that came out of what I call internet nerds, they were calling themselves PUAs, or pickup artists. I started the first podcast show in the online dating community, and then later onto the first paid membership site that I own to these days. It was originally called the Player Supreme Show, and then I changed the name to zenback.com. I've been coaching ever since. In my time dating women, I learned how to get them addicted to me through use of my sex skills and wordplay with them. And this manual is about all the things that I have learned while having sex with over 133 women in a span of a bit over 20 years. If I did not hunt women by how they felt and just had Chapter 1. Let's get this lesson started with an assignment. I want you to watch the 2 videos that are in your ebook, and I want you to pay attention to how this woman is talking about seducers, or what I call players, the real name. It is your goal to develop yourself into what she is warning other women about. Go ahead and pause the program, go get your pamphlet or your ebook and come back. And welcome back. I want to continue by saying what I have learned in having sex with over 130 women is that sex to a woman is very emotional. So in order for it to be good for her, she must feel and experience not only in physical pleasure, but also in emotional release as well. Let me assure you that with a woman, sex is very emotional. It becomes for them about connection and intimacy. If you're blocked in this area, then your women will not get their full needs satisfied. So let's talk about how to make a woman come and give her good sex by first looking at a woman's body. You must learn and understand how her major pleasure centers in her body work.
There are 2 major areas of concern that I've used in my time seducing all types of women: the G-spot and the clitoris. Let's start with the G-spot. For some reason, with women, in the area of hitting that G-spot, it can bring them a new type of orgasm that is totally different from a clitoral orgasm. I do caution you that some women will get a feeling that they will have to pee when you hit the G-spot. Let me teach you more about this area. And I go into teaching you how to stroke the G-spot. I show you more in depth. As I told you, this is the vagina. It's right inside the opening. So you got to when you penetrate her, you want to tilt her hips up and aim your dick, pull your dick back, and aim the tip of it up there to get the most out of it. If you're thick enough to simulate regular penetration is good also, because your dick will rub on that surface there. But if you really want to target it, pull your shit back and ram it up against that, so to speak. Nobody needs to get this. Now, within whisper words like, he's in your home, he's taking you, he is forcing you to submit. These are sexual words that I teach in the book. I will talk to women while she is a woman while she is coming with words such as, "This is mine, baby. I'm going to take you, baby. I'm going to fuck you deep and hard, baby girl." Growling, "Make you my girl, my woman." Women love that. And that's enough of that. You want the material, go get it. Fuck it, I'll just kill it later on. Okay. Now, were you guys paying attention or were you chit-chatting? Let's see. Looks like a couple of guys were still chit-chatting. Just one night stands here, there, yeah. I don't know why. I just gave you some advice right there. That's why I did that. So, you got to learn to please your women, Michael Nolan. Your race has a bad history, bad history with pleasing women. Okay? So, you want to be the one that's different. If you're one of the guys of your race that know how to get women off, you'll become popular. Hobo. But if you don't fap and don't have a woman to release with, kind of nuts you up holding all that in. Yeah, it makes you more desperate to go find a woman. That's what you want. You want to learn to channel that desperation. I'm sorry to use the word desperation, but that need into action. You transmute the energy. You transmute the emotion into the energy to act and get in motion. So when you get choosing from a female, she gives you eye contact, you don't just sit there like a little bitch. You don't sit there like a little ballless sack of shit, like a non-man. You get up and do what a man does. You walk over and get a woman. Michael, I need the snow to stick it in. To stick it seems to melt the women away, my persona. You know what? Talking to you in your broken ass English is enough to melt them away from you. Adam, so it won't fix neediness. Thanks for a tip. No, the masturbating can stop guys getting sexual as your drive is low. Yes, I put up a vid a while back of Indian doctor talking about why it lowers your pheromones that attract women. Adam, okay, so let me rephrase. What fixes neediness? What fixes neediness? Wow. Having women on your team will fix neediness. That's the best way to fix it. If you're a needy kind of guy, recognize that your masculinity is weak. Somewhere in your programming, your upbringing, you learn some bitch assness. And you act out on it. That's what needy guys are. They're weak males. So by becoming a stronger male, you can control your neediness. You need to control you need to learn to control the way you react and the way you act. You got to hold yourself in strict, rigid control, especially around women. You show any neediness, she's not attracted anymore. I've been on sites like So Suave. Google it, So Suave. That's where all the virgins go. And they get nothing done there. They're just stuck on stupid. But there are some good guys that get women on there trying to help them out. At least what I've noticed recently. These guys, when they finally look up at some ass, they took off their player face and these women blew them out. Some of them even got vindictive because they felt like they'd been cheated. They would sleep with their best friend just to pay them back. I've seen that post over and over again. When you cheat a woman on who you are, she will become angry. And many of them might become vindictive. Vindication comes up in different areas, such as it might just blow you out. Say, you know what, we're not made for each other. And break your heart. Then fuck someone the next week. Or fuck your best friend. But when the girl starts flirting with your friend, you don't have any control over your woman. Okay? You don't have any control over your female. Your woman shouldn't be talking to other guys, having best friends as other dudes, having guys she up in her ear, period. Your woman should be your woman. I'm old school about this. I'm not this new fagged out way, this new feminized male way, where you have your woman, you have a best friend who's a girl. By the way, that was programmed into you. Go back and do the research, and I've talked about it many times over and over again. Guys refuse to go do the research. Society, the people that manipulate society, they put that into you, that your best friend can be a girl. And I've seen so many guys on sites like So Suave talk about my best friend, she blah, blah, blah. No woman should be your friend unless you're fucking. Okay? I mean best friends. There's no problem having acquaintances that you know that are girls. The girls want to hang out with guys. That's a little suspect to me. She needs male attention, by the way. She's craving male attention, so she hangs out with a bunch of dudes, making them a friend. That way she always gets male attention. You guys are being played for fools. Suckers. You guys seen those type of girls that got a bunch of dude friends? Don't even date a female like that. I'm trying to teach you guys how to be real men. If you have trouble with your manhood, what the fuck? Oh, it looks a little off. This is my store. This is my lessons on going to a nightclub. I start with getting out your car. What am I looking for? Here it is. This is 8 steps to becoming a real man. This is where I teach how to become a real man so that women will find you more attractive. I believe it's $9 for the ebook and $14 if you want the audio book to listen to on your iPhone or smartphone, and get the ebook. Also, I teach how to escalate to sex. And this is what I recommend everybody do. Get into Toastmasters. So I have a public speaking course that is the reason why I was able to conquer and beat these experienced Toastmasters when I first stepped on the floor. A little sneaky tool that I used and style. If you want to learn how to dress, then you want to get Jovina's program, which is to teach you how to dress to attract women. A lot of guys don't know how to put themselves together. Remo's one of the few that actually knows that, by the way. You can ask him for advice as well. But as far as putting yourself together, that's very important. Okay? This one is for advanced people. That's about how to control a woman's mind. And if you don't have any women, you know, it's a bit too much for you. I do teach how to, write to letters to or emails to women, get in their skin, but the main thing is domination. So it's called Female Mind Seduction and Domination. The Black Book. I should have put the cover in black. Anyways, 8 steps to becoming a real man for you guys who have females as your best friend, shit like that, doing that bitch assness. Sometimes I get guys that who've been so deeply programmed, they hate when I say don't have a female as your best friend. That's how deep their programming was. And they refuse to go find out the truth. In fact, fuck that. Transition. Feminization of America is bad. Feminization of men. Neutering the male species, the feminization of America. There are lots of reports out there you can read. The feminization of America again. Girly mom nation. Western women don't want masculinity and why? And that's bullshit. That's part of the whole feminization program, by the way. That's put out by the opposition. Feminization of American males. Feminization of America. On my old channel, I actually read to you guys a report coming from women talking about that. And then there was one called there it is. The beefcake is back. Goodbye skinny metrosexuals. And metrosexualism started in the late 90s. Metrosexual twig men, see twig men? That's you skinny fuckers. You better beat yourselves up. Who admire your shoes. Never tell a woman, oh, I like your shoes. If I had a fetish, it actually would be for women's shoes. I like women that wear certain kind of platform heels. That kind of turns me on. But not to where I go lick shoes and grovel at their feet. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. But I do like a woman with heels. And all my girl wears when she goes out are heels. Unless we're going to the store. Then she puts on some funky ass flip-flops. Right, Jovina?
Yeah, but I'm not going to go put on heels to go to the grocery store.
You done lost a portion of your womanness, your femininity, because a good woman always dresses her best when she leaves her house.
Like last night, what did I go do?
You went to the store.
Yeah, and did you want me to put heels on for that?
I shouldn't have to make you want to do it. You should already want to show your best. Do you wear full-butted panties?
No.
No, you wear thongs. You used to during your time of the month, but I made fun of them.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
The bloomers.
They're easier for that time, too.
Yeah, but do you wear them?
No.
So, now that you know that I actually like you to wear heels every time we go out, because that makes me look good. It's a reflection of me, how you present yourself. What are you going to do today when you go to the grocery store?
Put on heels.
Have you seen other girls wearing heels while they shop? Yeah.
Some.
Yeah.
It's very rare. You see mostly everybody
All dressed down? Why you want to be like a commoner? You're not a commoner. You're my woman.
Commoner. Oh my God.
Yeah. A common bitch. You don't want to be like a common old bitch. You want to be special. Because I'm special. Don't I deserve that?
Hey, I put on heels for Grandparents' Day yesterday.
Yes, you did. You did me well. As I stick my head out of my window, I smell a change in the evening air. Everywhere I look, big, dark, hairy, slightly fat men are staring at me. From advertising billboards, cinema screens, and the pages of glossy magazines. She's a rapper, huh? They growl, they glower, they exude menace and demonic sex appeal. I wonder, could it really be that the beefcake is back? Every credit crunch cloud has a silver lining. We are already saying goodbye to hot cuisine, ugly overpriced handbags, and 60-pound knickers. This is from England. England is the king of bitch-ass males. Sorry for English, you know what I'm talking about. Pardon me, sir. Can you pass the Grey Poupon? Those type of pussy-ass males. Why did we ever pay so much for a bit of ribbon and a label? What was wrong with us? We are mad. Soft, a little bit softest than belly, yeah. We are kissing hello to supermarket-owned brands, holidays in Cornwall, making do and mending and knitting. Even Scrabble is making a comeback. I like Scrabble. And best of all, better than Christmas every day, better than a pay raise, better than me, men who look as if they might actually be men are back. Goodbye, metrosexual twig men with your sad little man bag. You never did it for me. And hello to Beefcake Beast. Where have you been? It should come as no surprise. Economic depressions have always walked hand in hand with the worship of raw machismo. Women like raw machismo. That's what thugs have over you, black dudes who are educated. You pop out thinking because you got an education that women should bow at your feet. And they don't. And you get your little feelings hurt. They go for the thugs. That's why, because they have machismo. Don't bitch out about it. Don't become a Tommy Soter creep. Fix the shit. Ask Hollywood if you don't believe me, she says. Who was the number one box office star in the troubled 30s? Fred Astaire with his tiny feet and silly hats. Not a chance. It was dark, dangerous Clark Gable. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. With rugged Spencer Tracy. You guys don't know who that was. A man who looked as if he'd killed anyone who wouldn't serve him a drink. Right behind him. The next big recession was the 70s when Hollywood gave us Robert De Niro, Gene Hackman. Are these guys super handsome? Jack Nicholson, was he super handsome? He was balding. None of whom you'd want to throw a punch at. The era produced Burt Reynolds. He was so masculine, he was just testosterone with a face stuck on it. I wonder if they knew about his homosexuality going on. And this time is no different. Leonardo DiCaprio, Ed Norton, chinless drips, the both of them, chinless drips, are ebbing away in the popular consciousness. They have been replaced by Hugh Jackman, yes, the massive Australian with the massive chest, and Clive Owen, the British Sin City star with the nasty growl. Then, of course, you got Stallone, risen from the dead to make another movie. And then, of course, you know, women like the Wolverine guy. We also have John Hamm, the gorgeous. See, I hate reading women stuff. I hate reading about, his eyelashes was so long. That's why I don't read women books written by women. But you go talk about all these other dudes. And it's time at this time, he has bigger arms than ever. If Stallone is part Zeitgeist, then the beefcake must be back. Women don't like sissy men. They don't like nice guys. I'm sure Michael Nolan's talking about nice guys right now. And blathering on about nice guys. A woman friend, fuck that, Mike Nolan says. Why are some people so into anal? I don't know. I did it in the early part of my years because a lot of the girls were not on birth control. And I did this thing that I teach in my How to Make a Woman Come product that I've talked about before. I would pull out and come on their sheets or come on them and then wipe it off the sheets and stick it back in. And I did that 7 times in a row. That was the highest. Usually it's about 4 or 5 times. And then I would stick it in women's ass. Because I had a psychological need to come inside them. If I didn't come inside them, then it didn't feel like the act wasn't complete. And I wasn't taking a chance on getting babies. My wipe it off method actually worked. None of the girls got pregnant. But I would stick it up there, you know what's. Also during their periods. That's what they got. And I've stopped that altogether pretty much now. Adam says, thanks. A woman friend, fuck that. Yeah. I hate to put that out there, but I'm talking about from being the perspective of being real men. Sorry. And women don't want just a male friend. Get your phone. Supreme is creating playful tension there with Jovina. LOL.
What?
You're mine?
Hello? Yes, no. No.
I've been meaning to talk to her about her heels. Not wearing her heels out. I've been going with her to the grocery store for the last year now. Before, she always went by herself, but I started going because I started contributing. 1 week I'll pay, next week she pays. McDonald says coming in their anal is okay. They can't get pregnant. Make sure you shouldn't do that with a girl you don't know. She could have AIDS. You stick it up there, you'll get AIDS. Just so you know that, Michael. If she has got AIDS, you put up there because of ripping of skin, you will get AIDS. Your chances go way up. So you need to be afraid of that. Derek, do you know about Arizona? You know if it's racist down there? Trying to move in September. I go to Arizona all the time, and I only go really to Sedona, and it's totally non-racist in Sedona. They're more of a metaphysical community, and metaphysical people tend to be, everybody's human. We're all the same. Peace and love. So that's Sedona. But it's expensive up there. As for Flagstaff, it's up in the mountains. Phoenix, down in the valley, flat plains, as well as Scottsdale. Hella hot. Oh, but you're black. You can survive. I have no idea why white folks would even want to move there. It gets to like 114. And that just, on their skin, they got to wear sunblock 1000. Otherwise, it end up looking like leather. Leather with eyes. All right, I'm trying to see if the white girls like black guys. Search for it on there are a couple of videos I watched. One by a girl that moved to Arizona. And I saw one by a black dude. You might look for that on YouTube. Then on the black guy, send him a message. How they treat the brothers down there. I have no idea. When I was in Phoenix, I went to a black club, and that's where I saw a pimp bring, I think it was like he was 5 hoes deep. 4 or 5 hoes deep. He sat there while his females danced with each other. So, there's brothers out there. If you don't mind turning a shade darker, you should have no problems. I didn't think about that. Good idea. I'm trying to see if the white guys like black guys. White girls like black guys all over the country, even in the South. Greetings and salutations, Kartig. How are my products going for you? You also didn't email me yet. Kartig bought a few of my products. Which one are you starting with also? Michael Nolan says a guy who has a bunch of females dance in front of him, that's power. Yeah. And they only dance with each other. Good, man. I'm enjoying the podcast. Fantastic. Try to listen to just one a day. You got 4 gigs of podcasts there. Don't burn through them real fast. Just one a day. That's what turned on Grease's game. He was in the hospital recovering from his surgery, and that's all he listened to. When he was able to, and he told about it, when he's able to walk around, he started getting females. He was married at the time. Remember, he was 458 pounds. And after his surgery, he started losing weight. But before he even lost his weight, he was getting lots of bitches. Those podcast shows, I was raw from the game. I was actually still in the game in the beginning. Today I'm going to stop the show early. I know I have a habit of going on and on with these shows, but you guys aren't really asking me any questions. We're just chit-chatting. Michael, you had that before Supremes, a bunch of women dance in front of you. Jay, hey. I don't remember that, Michael. Jay, hey, Preem, how should I sit in a restaurant? I'm doing psychoanalysis on myself, and I noticed I naturally sit slouched. Well, you want your body to be upright. A lot of masculine behavior, we sit like this. Legs open. I don't know if you can see. Let me check the camera, see if you can see me. Legs open. You can't go back far enough. Nope. As far as I go back. Arms like this. If you're at a table, I always sit like this. Or I put my hands on the table. But my legs are open underneath and arms spread. I don't know why you want to study yourself at a restaurant. That's a little bit odd to me. But when you're confident, your body naturally flows in. Like where I'm sitting right here. I do have a photo to show you. You guys. No, not this one. Bam. Look who looks the coolest. Does my boy Craig look cool? Does he look uptight as a motherfucker? This guy, turtle head, does he look cool? Or who's posing for the shot with confidence? See the way my body's structured? The tilt of my head? I was 43 or 44 at this time. So that's how I sit. I'm a little bit closed in this shot. See my fist? I just met this dude in the club. Don't even remember his name. Funny thing, every time my boy Craig takes a photo, I was talking about that shit, man. You got to learn how to pose your shit. You know, compose yourself. Let your energy flow. Notice how the light glints off my eyes. You'll see that in almost every shot that I take. Standing, look how I'm posed. Notice the glint of the shine of the eyes. Is his eyes shining? No. There's power in your eyes, fellas. See how I'm posed? Tilt of the head. What the fuck is that? What is that? You notice there's a company down there. Find me. Every time they go out, they seem to find me and take my photo. They use these photos to attract women. Craig was considered a good-looking white guy. I was considered an attractive black dude. So they were constantly taking photos. My son, Donnie, made this, gave me this coat for Christmas. People with red beards tend to do psychotic things. I've been tracking this. The type of people that kill people, they got red beards. So, see the glint in the eyes again? The light reflecting? He finally got it. But this is the way you position yourself. So see the slight tilt of the head? I always try to pose for a photo. Again, tilt of the head. I'm posing my arm here. Oh, Jovina. She needs to learn how to pose it. My father. I fattened myself up. That's my dad before he passed. Posing. This is where I gained weight. Posing. Tilt of the head. Okay. You guys gotta learn how to pose your shit with. Oh, damn. That's old. Me with hair. Oh, God. Yeah. Yesterday I was talking about human design and how I initiated stuff. I became a fitness instructor. That's how I taught aerobics, was with those heavy hands, those weights in your hands. I did a combination of kickboxing moves and aerobic moves that worked. I didn't teach sissy stuff. You know, dance around like a little fruit fly. Oh, I forgot about this one. Posing. See how the body's tilted? Even though I have a belly, I still knew how to pose my shit. I don't know what this one is. Yeah. I think I was 43. I looked like I was 29, so girls thought I was younger. So I got away with fucking them. That's when I shaved my face. So they say black don't crack. So you gotta learn how to pose your shit, and your confidence will come out. Okay? Because I'm a confident male, my body naturally goes into a confident position when I sit or stand. Okay, let's see what's going on with you guys. Preem, how should I say this? In a restaurant. All right, time to go. Saturday night in Europe. Good hunting, Adam. Jay, with my hands under the table, leaning forward. Put your hands on top of the table. Michael Nolan. Like you owned the women supreme. Michael Nolan's psychoanalysis is very good at changing you. That's what I'm doing. Okay, good. Just evaluating game while gaming. Okay. It's good to do that. You use the word psychoanalysis, and that just seems too nerdy. I would do this thing where I step outside of myself and I observe my behavior, my posture. It's like a split focus thing. You split your mind into, you look at yourself from a position of standing next to yourself. So I was able to stop all the bitch ass stuff I did. I'm going to show you guys a photo. Show you where I come from. Let's see, where is it? I'm embarrassed to say that's my high school photo. I used a blowout kit on my hair. That's me in high school. Okay? Do I look cool? No! Eyes all chipper. Little baby face. So I came from that. I think that dude, I'm the goddamn dean, Steve, found my high school photo and was trying to use it and make fun of it. And I'm proud. I came from being a fucking goob. I told you guys I was a bookworm. I was a goober. I was a super nice guy. I mean, I married a woman that tricked me into getting her pregnant. I was so much a nice guy. And I was young. After I got married, we both went up on a bus to the town of Reno. And I told you I saw her, I didn't talk to her all the way home. I didn't sit with her. I was mad. I got off the bus. I cried like a little baby. I was, 18, 19? I ran. The bus was, like a half mile from my home. I ran home, went to my room, and closed my door. Then she came in, talked to my mom a little bit. But I cried like a little boy. I came from that to who I am now. Disoriented hobo. I trained brain to be confident around chicks, always standing straight. You did that shit where you said you stared at them, you basically mean mugged them, and I think you said you're doing what you're doing was fucked up. That's not a man, and that's not confidence either. Michael Nolan, do you have exercise on self-awareness, how to be conscious of self? No, I don't. I just learned to do it. Pawnini, Neil Taylor is a... Don't know who Neil Taylor is. Jay, yeah, that's pretty much what I was doing, observing my natural actions. And I did notice, I was underdressed. Well, I'm always dressed nice, but more so, not groomed or shaved. The new look is to have in the, you guys remember Don Johnson's show? Some Miami Vice, if you're old enough. That scruffy beard look, that was popular for the longest. Now, European descent folks are growing the full beards. And it looks okay on those guys, some of those guys. Unless they get it too long. I don't know what that getting long beard is about. That's some, redneck hillbilly shit. But there are black guys growing these big, long beards now, too. And I don't think that's a good look for us. A nice trim beard is cool, but I prefer the goatee. I saw that Underworld, the first one. The guy that had the really, really deep voice. There was the Wolfman. I can't even duplicate how deep his voice is. War. He had the lack of the mustache. That's where I got that from. I took it from him. I saw the look. I liked it. I started doing it a little bit. Now, because I'm growing gray hairs in my mustache, I cut the mustache off. Hobo. I look them in eyes and talk clear. That is confident, bro. I don't stutter. That's normal, bro. You should be able to look them in the eyes, but you don't want to stare into their eyes. That's fucking creepy. That's Charles Manson. Look him up. Michael Nolan. Therapists teach that how to observe your feelings and behavior in psychoanalysis. Cool. Jay, I like being trimmed, goatee. Any advice on that? I get razor bumps easy. They told me to rub a pumice stone to avoid that. What that does, when you get ingrown hairs, if you have curly hair, I understand it grows out and it goes back in. Now, I have my dad's beard. My hair isn't curly. This is how the hair on my head was. Just like this. So I didn't really get a lot of ingrown hairs. I have the Zorro-ish facial hair. Okay. I'm Latino. So, doesn't that cause wet dreams? Remo asks. I think he's talking to somebody. Don't know who you're talking to there, Remo. Let's see, therapists teach. Didn't get it. Oh, 1:30, good. All right. We've been doing this for an hour and 30 minutes. I want to make these shows shorter, so I'm out of here, fellas. I got to do shit to do today. You guys have a good day.